So, in more positive news than, what we've been talking about recently with the whole Boogie situation, granted, it has been a little bit funny, but let's be honest, it's kind of a little bit of serious shit. Some positive news has happened. YouTube, which has been under pressure for allowing channels that abuse their animals and promote pedophilia, allowing these channels to stay up on their platform, it seems like now they're finally beginning to crack down and give in to the pressures of the media. In the last few days, the hashtag PedoTube has been trending on Twitter, criticizing YouTube for allowing channels like this to exist, and now it seems like YouTube is taking direct action in the fastest I've seen them respond to any sort of situation in a while. Granted, it's not perfect or whatever. I mean, there's still pedophiles and there always will be pedophiles on the platform and, other horrible people, horrible types of people. But at least for now, they're showing interest in taking action, making the website a better place, and taking out YouTubers that genuinely do deserve it. Now, I'm anti-deplatforming, but when it comes to, people who just rape their cats on camera or something like that, I mean, I don't really see a reason for that to stay up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to lose sleep overnight. Oh, no. The rights of this animal abuser to exist. It's just like it's a pointless thing. It's I would find that very weird if somebody were to get upset at a channel like that going down. I'd just be like, really? Like, you're mad at this? Like, why? But yeah, it looks like well, we'll get into this one later, but Peluchin Entertainment, the cat torturer and killer, has finally been banned from YouTube. And if you don't know the significance of this, well, 2 years ago, actually, almost 2 years ago, me and The Quartering, I believe, were one of the first channels to cover the Peluchin Entertainment story, the story of a Spanish-speaking YouTuber who was abusing and killing his cat, literally killing his cats on camera. We can read a description right here. A 15-year-old recorded himself killing his cat and uploaded it to YouTube. He stepped on his cat multiple times to the point that the cat was crawling, being unable to walk because he broke his spine, and he kept stepping on his cat, crushing all his internal organs. The killer goes by the name of Peluchin Entertainment. And then it goes on to say, please copy and paste so PewDiePie can talk about this. This was back in December 20th, 2018. I talked about this 5 days before Christmas of that year. What a heartwarming topic to talk about right before the jolliest time of the year, am I right? This story blew up. I wasn't the only one who covered this, obviously, but I was one of the first, and my video ended up getting 500,000 views. Quartering got, I think, over 1 million views, and a ton of people in the English-speaking communities on YouTube began to cover the story. It had already been a big deal in the Spanish-speaking YouTube, in Spanish-speaking communities on YouTube or whatever, but English-speaking communities were ignoring the story because they simply were not aware of this happening. But as soon as the story was introduced, it caught on like a wildfire, and we pretty much figured, oh, this guy's going down immediately. Well, obviously, it took them a while. Now we're in September, almost October 2020. We're now, like, what is this, 22 months out of this story breaking, and finally, some action has taken place. I would say better late than never, but I mean, come on, YouTube. I think it's pretty clear that the PedoTube hashtag that went viral against YouTube has definitely spurred them into action. And I am critical of the hashtag because it implies that, YouTube is choosing to protect channels like this. I don't believe that. I need to see evidence that they are. But I guess you could argue that they are indirectly supporting these channels by not taking them down when they're called into mass question by pretty much the entire YouTube community. I mean, I'm pretty sure even PewDiePie covered this story, and yet no action was taken on this channel until today. That's ridiculous. How can a story like this, where a guy is literally killing his animals on camera, get so much media attention, and it takes YouTube this long to take action? I mean, are you kidding me? Like, come on now. Somebody could say a naughty word. Like, somebody could say the N-word or things that are classified as hate speech, and they'll get taken down immediately. But channels like this are not the priority? That seems weird to me, right? Like, if you want to have, like, a clean environment, like a clean, a platform where channels are allowed to, coexist in a safe environment or whatever, it seems like channels that are taking action, taking direct action against animals, it seems like they should be the first to go, and then, all the edgy content creators second or whatever. But obviously, that's not the priority that YouTube has in place. YouTube will take down people who get a lot of bad press for bad opinions that they have, but when it comes to people actually, doing bad actions, no, they stay for way longer because priorities, I guess. And again, the PedoTube hashtag, I think that was a little bit ridiculous because it implied that YouTube is choosing to protect these channels. I think that YouTube just simply, you know, they don't care, you know, as long as it doesn't make them look bad enough. And then when a hashtag comes out, then they'll take it into action, and then they'll, you know, kick it up a notch and start banning these channels or whatever, which is, you criticize them all you want for that shit. But, you know, you gotta have more proof to show that YouTube is, you know, looking at channels like this and saying, hey, we need to protect Peluchin Entertainment and Lion Maker. Speaking of which, by the way, Lion Maker was also banned from YouTube again. Keemstar tweeted out, finally, Team YouTube has banned known pedo Lion Maker, the Minecraft YouTuber who was arrested and found guilty of sexual interactions with his minor fans. Guilty and convicted, actually sentenced to jail. Lion Maker woke up to this message apparently. We'd like to inform you that we received a complaint regarding your YouTube account, Lion Maker. Upon review, we've determined that activity in your account violates our terms of service, and as a result, we've terminated your account. And once again, I look at, you know, an email like this, and I have to, you know, say bravo YouTube to this. Again, I'm not losing any sleep when a pedophile or an animal abuser gets banned. I don't see any, I mean, obviously I don't see any, you know, value to society or value to the platform that any, you know, that's brought by any of these despicable figures. You know what I mean? So again, good riddance to both of them, and this is some great news on YouTube's part. It seems like they're listening and they're acting. You know, they're not saying, "Oh, we're gonna do something." They're actually just going out and doing it. You know, no statement required. They're not saying like, "Oh, we're gonna be better and ban these channels or whatever." No, they're just straight up doing it. No announcement required, which I think is a great step in the right direction. If YouTube wants to win back the trust of the community, which let's be honest, they never will. All right, because they don't care, but theoretically, if they wanted to, then this is the way to go, you know? Action first, no statement. Don't tell us you're going to be great and, you know, fix it or whatever. Just do it. And that's what they're doing here. So, you know, you can question the motives of why, you know, if they're just trying to, you know, win the trust of the YouTube audience again or whatever, which will never happen, but maybe they're just trying or whatever. Or if maybe somebody at YouTube genuinely had like a, I don't know, like a come to Jesus moment, was like, oh my god, we need to get rid of these channels right now. What were we doing or whatever? I don't know. But either way, the channels are gone, and hopefully more despicable figures like this are headed on the way out as well. Now, let's not get too crazy over here. You know, in my opinion, you should ban people who, you know, pedophiles or whatever, because they can use their audience to sort of get with kids or whatever. Ban those guys. And ban people who are taking direct action against, you know, animals and stuff like that, or people or whatever. You know, ban people based off of their actions, not their ideas. That's kind of my thoughts, except for pedophiles, all right? I don't know. It's a weird conversation. It gets into a lot of weird arguments and stuff, but that's kind of my stance on it. And, yeah, I'm glad to see these channels go. And it's pretty cool to see an update to a story that I covered years ago, you know? Finally, it's come to an end. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. My name's UfC. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. You guys hear the music. I'm gonna get out of here. I'll see you guys. I'm gonna go to watch the debates, the presidential debates. I'm gonna go watch that. And you guys have a good night, everyone. Take care.